One of the most recognisable names in the oversaturated Chelsea squad is Mason Mount. Mason Mount, the two-time recipient for the Chelsea Player of the Year award, has had a season to forget, and with contract negotiations stalling, his future at the club is becoming more and more uncertain. The 24-year-old has registered just 3 goals and 2 assists in the 23 league games and played no role in Chelsea's recent 3-game winning streak against Leeds, Borussia Dortmund in the Champions League, and Leicester City. Many speculated Mount was fit and ready to play against Leicester, but was left out of the squad due to the ongoing contract situation. This report, however, has been put into question after an article published by Ben Jacobs on the Cy and Dan Talk Chelsea forum revealed his omission was down to the Englishman's fitness levels, or lack thereof. Back in 2019, Mason Mount signed a 5-year deal worth £4.16 million a year, or £80,000 a week. Fellow Chelsea Academy graduate Reece James recently accepted a new deal to remain at the Pride of London for the next 6 years, netting £13 million a year or £250,000 a week, making him one of the club's highest earners. Mount believes he deserves a similar contract and has reportedly asked for a contract to reflect that. Todd Boehly has had a £180,000 a week offer rejected by the young Englishman, according to Jacob Steinberg. With Mason Mount entering his final year on his contract in the summer, the American may look to cash in on the struggling midfielder, bringing in around £50 million for the Chelsea star, with Liverpool incredibly interested in his signature. It is important to note that Fabrizio Romano recently tweeted, "There is still a big gap in the negotiations between Chelsea and Mason Mount, as the new deal is again far from being agreed. No final decision yet, but chances of Mason Mount leaving Chelsea are increasing. Mount will be on the market if the new deal is not agreed before the summer. As far as I'm aware, these contract negotiations have been taking place since November. Seeing as that there's been no breakthrough in around 5 months, I find it hard to believe that Mason Mount will still be at Chelsea following the summer." Reece James is widely regarded as one of the best right-backs in world football, his only weakness being his injury record, which has kept him sidelined for many games. When Reece James doesn't play, Chelsea looks significantly weaker in attack and defence. In the words of Pep Guardiola, "We cannot replace him." His monster contract represents his value in the market and his value to the squad. There are not many players in world football who can replicate what Reece James does on the pitch. On the other hand, when Mason Mount doesn't play, it can be argued Chelsea look like a more stable and dangerous side. What is something Mason Mount does that no other player can do better? That is a genuine question that I'd love to see answered in the comment section down below. Whilst you're there, why not like the video and subscribe to the channel? It's completely free, and if you change your mind later, you can always unsubscribe. With Mount's departure looking more and more likely, replacements have been looked into, one being the dyslexic's nightmare, Dominik Szoboszlai. The RB Leipzig and Hungarian international has registered 4 goals and 8 assists in the Bundesliga this season, playing in numerous roles including right wing, right mid, but mainly in Mount's central attacking midfielder position. It must be noted his link-up play with Nkunku, who will be joining Chelsea in the summer, could be highly useful and help the 22-year-old adjust to the Premier League quickly. The Szoboszlai interest can be put down to Christopher Vivell, who in my opinion has been one of the best acquisitions under Todd Boehly. In my opinion, it would be in Chelsea's best interest to try and cash in on Mason Mount while we still can. We have players like João Felix coming into the squad, well, he's already in the squad, but we also have players like Christopher Nkunku. Dominik Szoboszlai, as I said, has been mentioned and has been looked into according to reports, if they are to be believed. When Conor Gallagher comes on off the bench, he could arguably have a greater impact on how we play than Mason Mount does. Do you think Mason Mount will stay at Chelsea? What is the most amount you would offer the Chelsea Academy star a week? Where do you think he will end up? Who would you replace him with? What do you think of Dominik Szoboszlai? Let me know in the comment section down below. I've been The Quick Take, and I'll catch you on the next one. See you later.